Prime Land, man. Check this out, man. So it all started with this tweet right here from the No Sco Zone, man, and they just dropped the entire schedule. I know I'm a day late and $1 short, man, but sometimes, hey, things take time, man, and I know y'all want to hear my perspective and all that good stuff, man, and we're going to give y'all perspective, man, but before we get started, make sure y'all like the video and comment y'all thoughts down below. Y'all know we're trying to go with this thing to the moon, Alice. And if nobody told y'all this today, y'all my brothers, my sisters, my family, I love each and every last one of y'all, man. Let's get right into it, man. So check it out. They dropped this on yesterday. It looks like it was around about 1 o'clock or so. And, you know, I was out, so I couldn't get this done, man. But we're going to get it done right now. Now, I said, this is the Colorado schedule 2024. I said when they changed conference to the Big 12, just by virtue of changing conferences, the schedule would be decidedly easier. Like, they played one of the toughest schedules in college football last year. They played a Power 5 team every single Saturday or Friday or Thursday sometimes or what have you. So it just was what it was. That was a tough schedule. It's Coach Prime's first year. It just was what it was. This schedule right here, though, by comparison to that one, significantly more favorable for the Buffs. And we just gonna go through the games, man, because I tried to wait until I got Hawk on here, man. But Hulk, he just, you know, cause that's what we did it with last year. And I hadn't been able to get him. So it is what it is, man. So we just see how that goes, man. But hey, if we can come back and get him later, then that's what we'll do. So, but yeah, I hadn't heard from him in about 2 weeks. So it is what it is. Anyway, this is gonna start it off. Hey, North Dakota State University, tough team. You know, I think this is the FBS. I think that was what you call the FBS school or what have you. And you know, they're a tough team, but I mean, you should be able to beat them, man. Like that's your home open. That's your opener. That's the opener. You know what I'm saying? Like, you normally schedule somebody that you normally got somebody scheduled that you can beat right there with the upgrades and the guys playing better, upgrades to the offensive line, upgrades to the defensive line, and all of that. They should be able to win that game. I feel like Nebraska, you beat Nebraska last year. Nebraska is looking a little bit better this year than they did last year, but still, you should be able to beat Nebraska. Colorado State, you beat Colorado State last year with a better team. You should be able to beat Colorado State. Coach Prime said, I wish we could play that one first, man. Hey, one thing about Coach Prime, he's going to bring that energy and all that good stuff, man. And that's what it is, man. It's a rivalry. You know, it's just like I went to University of South Carolina. You know, we should play Clemson every game, and Clemson could lose every game. It just is what it is. That's just how we feel about it. Baylor, you should be able to beat Baylor. I mean, like I said, it's not gonna be you should walk into Baylor. You should just be able to beat Baylor. I mean, it is what it is. The UCF Knights, that might be a tough one. Not really tough, but you know, a little challenge. You should be able to beat them. Kansas State might be a little bit of a toss up. You know, just looking how it is, but I mean, you should be these are all winnable games in my opinion. You should be able to beat Kansas State. You should have beat Arizona this year. You had them down, had them on the ropes, and they just clawed back and they came back and won that one. Unfortunate, but hey, like I said, with the upgrades, you should be able to beat Arizona. Should be able to beat Cincinnati. So you could conceivably be, after Cincinnati, I don't even expect it to really be. I'd like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Colorado could be 8-0 going into Texas Tech. And then, you know, you play Texas Tech. Texas Tech is a winnable game. This is probably the first game where I'm going to say, you know, I feel like, you know, hey, it could be not. Because it's just off the strength of Texas Tech. Texas Tech will be good, then they'll be bad. Then they'll be good, then they'll be bad. Then they'll be really good, then they'll just, you know, you just don't ever know who's going to show up, what you're going to get, or what have you. So, you know, this is the first game that could be a 50-50 ball, but definitely a winnable game. Should be able to win that game. Utah Utes, they were good the last 2 years. Not the same Utah Utes that they were. I don't know. It might be like a TCU situation. You should be able to win that one, but hey, that's a toss up too. So we're gonna say let's say you split those right here. Let's say you split Texas Tech and Utah. Now you go Kansas, OK State. I feel like you should be able to beat Kansas. Kansas is tough, but you should be able to beat Kansas. And then OK State. It just depends on how the team is playing by then. So looking at this realistically, this is what I would say: a win, Kansas State 6, 7, 8. So you could be 8-0 going in here, split these. So 9-1, and then split these 10-2. You know what I'm saying? You could be 10-2, 10-2, 9-3. I mean, you know, just depends on, like I said, like you have to allow for, if the team plays the entire season like they played the beginning of the season last year, like you could almost say they could probably run the table. You're not gonna really know what you got until after they play Colorado State. I really feel like Nebraska's gonna be a tough game, but I feel like you should be able to win that game against Nebraska. It's just gonna be, like I said, some of these games in here could be some trap games, could be some hidden gems or hidden games or what have you. But man, I really feel like 9-3 would be the basement. You know what I'm saying? Looking at this is how I feel. 9-3 should. This last year when they were saying that, I was like, man, they might win 4 or 5 games. I mean, I just don't see more than 6. This year, I feel like 9 games should be the basement. You could easily get to 10 wins, and could easily. Not, I mean, just depending on how they playing. Like I said, I feel like by the time they play UCF, we will really know what we have. And so in time for the Kansas State game, that's when you're really gonna know what's going on. But I feel like it could easily, if they're playing very well going into Kansas State in a Kansas State game, then I could say they could probably run the table. But it's gonna depend on how dominant the offensive and the defensive lines are and how well they're playing, man. But hey, it is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section, man. Like I said, I know some of these teams have reloaded. They tougher than they were last year, and so let me say things in college football, you just don't ever know. Who expected Colorado to win 4 games last year after winning 1? So even though Baylor didn't have a really good record, hey, they might turn it around or what have you. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like Arizona might turn it around. Kansas might surprise some people this year or what have you. Cincinnati, I don't know. But just going off of, what we've seen, man, I really feel like all of these are winnable games on this list. And it's really just going to come down to the play on the football field and on the offensive and defensive line. And they have improved both of those tremendously. So don't be surprised if you see the Colorado Buffaloes in the Big 12 championship game, because you got to win that. And then you can go dancing, man. Like if you... The bigger question is, if they run the table, or if they go 9-3, is that enough to get them into the top 12? Or if they go 10-2, is that enough to get you into the top 12? Or do you have to run the table and win the Big 12 championship game to get into the top 12? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what you have to do? I don't know, man. But like Coach said, are you gonna leave me out? Or what's gonna happen, man? But let me know what y'all think down in the comment section, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all hit that like button. More news dropping today, and I'll holler at y'all next time. Till next time, it's your boy Jay Easy, aka Fresh from the Barbershop, BK the People's Champ.
Godspeed.